Hi, my name's Angela Bull. I'm the CEO of the Independent Book Publishers Association, and I'm here on the show floor of BookExpo America talking with one of our fantastic members, Neal Katz. He's here talking about his new book, which we'll get to in a second. It's published by Top Reads Publishing. It's the first book that this new indie press has come out with. We're very, very proud of it, and we're really proud of what you've been doing with it. So tell us a little bit about your book.
Thank you, Angela. It's a pleasure to be here. And I have to say right off the top that this book wouldn't exist without IBPA and the educational programs you have, both for the publisher as well as for the author. So thank you for everything you guys do.
You're welcome.
Also, you were the first national award I got. Actually, we got, the publisher and I, because it was the Bill Fisher Award for the best new independent published book, fiction. And that was for both the presentation and the beauty of the book, as well as the content. So very grateful to your organization. It kicked off a series of awards, and the university that you guys put on is top rate, and I'd recommend to any budding author to attend the IBPA university. So thank you to begin with.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah. The book is about Victoria Woodhull and her sister Tennessee Celeste Claflin. These women were the first women to open a brokerage firm on Wall Street. They had a rather good silent partner in Cornelius Vanderbilt, the original. And they were also the first women to publish a newspaper. Victoria herself was the first woman to speak to Congress, and she was the first woman to formally run for president of the United States. Important woman that everybody should know. She should be iconic in our culture as a symbol of a powerful woman who can accomplish anything she sets her mind to with enough desire. And she was written out of history by men, so I write first person as her, as a man, to bring her back into prominence in history, and that's my real purpose in doing the book.
That's fantastic. Very interesting. So she's obviously a really unique, interesting woman.
Fascinating character.
Absolutely. And what about this book in particular do you think makes it unique in its category?
Yeah. First and foremost, the thing I tried to do, and I've gotten a lot of feedback that I've done okay, was to create the psychological reality that motivated her. So she was abused in childhood. Her father sold her and her sisters into prostitution. A lot to overcome. The first 100 pages of the book almost reads like 12 years a woman instead of 12 years a slave. And I purposely stress the hardship of women to make the point that women have been treated rather poorly in America, and even today are still treated subservient. That's part of the motivation. The fact that I write it first person as her, I think makes it unique and much more attainable to the reader, because they get into her mind and see the view of things that happened to her. The fun thing is all the historical characters that she interacts with. She was a leader in her day. She ends up coaching Emmeline Pankhurst, who started the suffragette movement in England towards the end of the 19th century, and lived a phenomenal life. So I think the most distinguishing factor is it's a very personal and inside look. It's also very fun, and at times bawdy or salacious, but nothing over the top, and well within the bounds of what she did herself.
Right. And we'll run into characters that we might have heard of in real life too. People we know and have.
We even find out why graham crackers are called graham crackers.
Perfect. Perfect. And this is volume 1 of 4. This volume 1 is called Rise to Riches. So there's 4 volumes that are going to be written. And why is that important? Why is it important to tell such a long and in-depth and full story of Victoria Woodhull?
Well, she lived 88 years. That's number 1. Number 2 is she did an incredible amount in her life. So this is volume 1. It covers her from her birth and her upbringing through age 32, when she opens the first brokerage firm on Wall Street for women, having already earned tremendous amounts of money working with Vanderbilt and creating the gold scandal of 1869. So in this volume, there's a full expose of the ills of Wall Street, which is kind of fun to read about, with an in-depth analysis of exactly how the markets were manipulated then, resulting in Ulysses S. Grant, the president, sending a telegram to Vanderbilt saying the economy is collapsing. We're going to intervene in the gold market, ultimate insider information, at this time, at this price, but please intervene before that in the stock market, because your corporation, the biggest in America, is too big
to fail. Right. Yeah.
So a lot of the things that we know as commonplace today, loose lips, sink ships, and other things are actually feted out in the telling of the story. It makes it fun.
It's a fantastic book. I know I'm lucky enough to have a signed copy that I look forward to digging into. And I assume other people can get it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble. It's available in print. It's available in digital.
Right.
And who is your wholesaler or distributor?
We have both Ingram and Baker & Taylor.
Wonderful.
And the book is on Amazon just today for the show and tomorrow for 99 cents, just as a courtesy to all the people who are attending the conference. And we'll be that way again at the ALA for the librarians next June, coming June. And but it's a fun read. Hopefully people will start talking about the woman. She really should be a symbol of what women can do. And that's my point. And actually use half the proceeds to encourage women to seek their best selves.
Right. I hear you actually have a new way of looking at raising money for charitable causes.
Yes. I actually have an organization called ccfoglobal.org. And the idea is to fund projects, especially vocational training for single mothers, and half the proceeds that I receive from this book and any Hollywood rights or anything else will go to that effort. But the overall idea of funding is we don't give money away. We don't have to contribute it each year to sustain things. I ask people to put the money in the bank and leverage it to a bank loan to a charitable effort with a payback scenario so that it can grow in volume as well as implementation and impact in the world. And that will lift the funding ceiling of charitable donations because major corporations can keep their money and still fund major projects, not the least of which is vocational training for single moms.
Mm-hmm. Well, that seems apropos to what you're trying to do here, so that's very, very good.
A very Victoria Woodhull kind of concept.
A very Victoria Woodhull concept. Very good. That's wonderful. Well, it's definitely a unique story. We're excited to have it. We're excited for you and for the next 3 volumes that we can't wait to get to. Thanks, Neal.
Thank you, Angela.